Next up, we're going to play this interview. It's about 15 minutes, and it's with Coach P, better known as John the Goat Doe, as also known as Coach Oos, Honorary Uso. I'm going to play that right now. It's about 15 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to step away. You can catch more of our work back at BamaInsider.com. We got a ton coming up, including the Tailgate Show Friday night and then coverage back on Saturday. It doesn't stop on BamaInsider.com. I'm going to flip the switch. You guys enjoy it. And this is a fun interview with John the Goat Doe. And we're about to do that right now. Show our appreciate. Welcome, Coach P, better known as John the Goat Doe, also known by many as Coach Oos, Honorary Uso. I'm so glad to have you on the show. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for joining me.
Oh man, I'm glad to be back, man. It's been a minute. I know you remember the call I made for you, but when I was just a little unknown out here, man, and I was out there venting back in the day, so it's only right that I come back and give you a part two. This time we more familiar with each other, baby. What's up with you?
I know everybody missed you. So today we're going to recap what we learned against Miami. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to talk about Mercer, but we're just going to see where it goes. But the first thing I wanted to get at, everybody was doubting this young man. Maybe there was a camp that, certainly believed. I was in there. We're talking about Bryce Young. Comes out, and I mean, what he did was incredible. 344, 4 touchdowns, 27-38, leading Alabama to a 44-13 win over Miami. Your take, Coach.
I loved it, man. Hey, I was happy with Bryce's overall play. I expected it. He was able to sit a year and learn instead of being thrust into the spotlight as a true freshman and get a little more much-needed mental experience on his belt. I hate when kids come straight out of high school with that deep attitude that they just got to play right then or they leave. And what's wrong with developing? What's wrong with waiting your turn? Matt waited 4 years. Bryce only had to wait 1. Kool-Aid said it best, it was a marathon, not a sprint. Most players don't even be ready. They just want to dwell in the hype. But like I said, I expected it. You got to think of it. With all the stars Nick brought to Tuscaloosa, all those top-tier recruits, Bryce is tied with Julio and Cyrus Quanjo as the top recruit Saban has ever brought to Tuscaloosa. Out of all these stars, he tied for the best. So you surround him with more stars, get him a year to develop, and I'm expecting something special, and that's what he showed. His stock is up. I'm talking up like a person with insomnia. Treated the number 14 team like an unranked team. Don't act like a lot of these teams were struggling versus unranked teams, including Oklahoma versus Tulane. This guy had the patience and poise of a 3-year starter. Might as well stand in a wheelchair because he ain't even used his legs like he could have. He'll be leaving Tuscaloosa with more records than a DJ at one of them bars on the strip. Like I said, all year, last year in my video, we in good hands with Allstate. That's Bryce Allstate Young. Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide.
On the line with Coach P, better known as John the Goat Doe, also known by many as Coach Oos, Honorary Uso. We appreciate you joining me.
I know you missed me.
Everybody missed you. I missed you. You got to go watch his videos. You got to follow him on social media. What's the best way for people to follow you?
Man, on Twitter and IG is at the UA Coaches, and if you just go to YouTube, we got just search Unofficial Assistant, the Unofficial Assistant Coaches, and you'll see my channel, man. Make sure you subscribe, like those videos, and get in that comment section, man. I love my comment section. I answer every comment, no matter if it's a day ago, a year ago. I usually don't miss none, but sometimes people catch up on some of the old videos and try to drop updated comments. I still find you. I respond to all fans, man. I just love the interaction with the fans. So if you get on YouTube and follow me, I'll definitely get back with you.
All right, Coach P, I got this, man. So, I mean, you got a 94-yard touchdown to Jameson Williams. I mean, John Mechie goes off, hitting the pylon. I mean, the wide receivers, they don't stop Alabama. From Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs most recently, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and now you got Mechie, Jalen, and Jameson killing everybody. What's your take on that first game?
Oh, man, on that one, the Mechie, man. First of all, shout out to Evan Neal, a.k.a. Big Griddle, serving up pancakes every Saturday, butter not included. He stopped a standing outside linebacker who jumped outside and got a head start in his tracks. to allow Bryce time to work his magic in the pocket. And he did just that, worked his magic. If you got a 4K TV and zoomed in, you can see Bryce actually say abracadabra before stepping up in the pocket and scrambling with his eyes still down the field. As a dual threat quarterback, we just knew Bryce was going to take off and get about 8 to 9 yards before being met by the members of the Miami Tropical Depression. But the young man was still looking for gold and struck it rich, similar to his preseason endorsement, and found his number one option, John the Dunn, wide open coming across the field. After giving a super soft touch pass, Mitchell handled the rest with one man to beat. The Dunn hit him with the speed-changing high step, skipped to my loose style, scrambling the defender's brain frequencies, and ran right by him. The guy never had a chance. And if you haven't heard, the Canadian bacon everybody. And in the words of Biggie Smalls, if you don't know, now you know. And to put a little extra spunk on it for Sports on the Top 10, John pulled a Kenyon Drake Superman dive from the 5-yard line at an angle for the 6. That, my friend, is how Bama started the season off in style. We missed a touchdown on the second play of the season, but still cashed in on the same drive in epic fashion. Shout out to that boy, John the Dunn.
People asking, Mechie, they're like, Coach mad at the high step? Come on, he's not mad at the high step. I mean, don't question Mechie because,
Judy was doing the same thing. It's scrambling those brain frequencies, man. You don't know what's the next move. When those legs it's just like somebody finna start fighting, and the old school cats used to start shifting their feet real quick so you can look down at their feet, then they hit you with a jab. That feet throw your brain frequencies out, man, and to give you that change of speed. You don't know what the next step is, baby. I know Coach couldn't have been mad at that. I'm gonna have a talk with Coach about that one. We'll get back on that.
On with Coach P, better known as John the Goat Doe, also known by many as Coach Us, Honorary Uso. Follow him on his YouTube channel. Just type Unofficial Assistance. I don't even have to tell you where to go. You already know where to go. I'm with you watching the game, watching his breakdown, so you do too. I ask you about Evan Neal. 6'7", 360 pounds. He's box jumping, 40 inches, whatever it is. Best offensive lineman in college football. That's not only my opinion. I think there's a lot of NFL analysts that feel the same. Your take on him anchoring this offensive line?
Oh, man, Evan, the real deal Neal, a.k.a. Big Griddle, serving up pancakes every Saturday, butter optional. He developed into everything I was hoping he would be when we got it from IMG. I've been an IMG fan since Bo Scarborough, so every time I hear we looking at a player from IMG, I'm expecting a lot. Shout out to J.C. Latham as well, since we speaking of IMG O-line stud. But as for Evan, I feel, like you said, the best lineman in America. It'll come down between him and what's the guy, Thibodeau or whatever his name out there, going for the top spot in the draft. Imagine if he came to Bama as well, choosing Oregon over us. What a joke. As a defensive lineman, not a quarterback, not a running back, not a wide receiver. You went to Oregon as a defensive end. That boy ring fingers cursing him out after every season. But as for Evan, he has shown his versatility, can play anywhere on the line, showed his athleticism with the viral videos. If his parents still in his life, they can both go to work and cuss out the boss and walk out, because Evan is out of here. That boy walking millionaire on the campus. But to all the ladies, you did not hear that from me.
We can't, hey, Coach, we can't forget about Trey Sanders, also out of the IMG. We got Evan Neal, IMG, J.Z. Latham, and then Trey Sanders. Coach Saban, the first thing he said after the game was how happy he was for Trey Sanders scoring a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm so happy to see Trey back. Trey, and we have a few more studs from IMG. I was just naming the offensive lineman, but guess what? Trey also predicted a Heisman coming up here, and I'm still holding him to that. I'm so glad to see him back in action, looking good. We all know the long road he went through to get back. He looking healthy. I love the way he bounced that thing out like a sport in basketball. Took it up the middle and bounced that thing outside. Just looking good, man. I know he been through so much. I was just like Coach, man, just proud of him. It's like seeing your kid out there. You just had I'm talking about, it was chill seeing him running there and get that touchdown. Shout out to Trey Sanders, man. Trey Day coming soon. Trey Day.
Alabama's defense, William Anderson, the Terminator, 9 tackles, 1 sack. The defense, they look hungry. They look like they were trying to earn something, Coach.
Hey, that defense was. Hey, but I just remembered you saying something to me. I forgot. Shout out to Mitchie, but I did want to touch on that guy Williams too. You mentioned that long touchdown. And let's not forget, this is a first-time starter whom the play before was forced to throw the ball away prematurely almost resulting into a safety. So, in his mind as a young first-time starter has to be to get this ball out fast on the next play, maybe even rush the ball or tuck the ball and run for the play, even open up all the way. But no, this young man sat in the pocket like a cell phone, set of keys, and a wallet with the poise of a patience of a 3-year starter, like the play before never happened. Not rather at all, trusting his line to hold up and giving the protection he needed. And I ain't talking condom. UPS couldn't have delivered a better ball from their truck. Looked like he went to the Tonga Vailoa School of Fine Dimes and delivered that ball straight to Fort Knox because it was on the money. To Jameson and Jet Williams. And if you was watching at home in 4K, you can rewind that and look at it in slow motion, and you can see smoke coming from that boy's shoes. If you glued wings to his shoulder pads before the play started, the boy would have took flight before he reached that 30-yard line. I ain't lying. Hey, at that very moment, we found out Jameson and Jet Williams was a grill master because he smoked both of them boys, medium well, the cornerback and the safety. The safety obviously flunked geometry a few times in high school, probably covered up so he could still play ball because he had the angle. And it got destroyed by the Jets. What angle? You won't see that much speed on National Geographic. Jameson couldn't even slow down. Lucky he had them soft paddings around for him to fall on, similar to the race cars going out the track and hitting the crash barrier. If it weren't for that, he would have ran straight into that guy filming full speed and caused more damage to a cameraman than Dennis Rodman did in 1997. And know this, that's a record set by a first-time starter that will never be broke. Even though records are made to be broken, this will stand the test of time. 94-yard touchdown on his first ever start, that will last the test of time. We won't see it before we leave this earth. I'm telling you that, Kyle. Now let's get to that defense.
But Coach P, wrapping it up after Alabama's defeat over Miami 44-13. That defense, ferocious. They needed to come out, prove that they were hungry. This is a completely different defensive mentality. The Terminator had 9 tackles, 1 sack. What else did you see? What else did you like about William Anderson?
Oh, man. Hey, that's my guy, the Matrix. Hey, about the whole we traditionally a defensive school, but the offense been outshining that side of the ball for the last few years. We went from a smash mouth, run first offense, dinosaur offense to a high flying 2K25 scheme. And as the old progressed, the defense kind of took a few steps backwards until this year. Shout out to the 2021 Crimson Cement defense, leg game won by one of my favorite players in college, the Matrix, Mr. Anderson, Will Anderson. You can plan all week to stop him, but if there's a will, there's a way, and he's proven that. This kid has that Derek Thomas motor, offensive coordinator's nightmare. 9 tackles, 1 sack. Yeah, that's great stats. But if you add the fact he caused so many hurries, it's insane. With Chris out, I'm hoping Drew Sanders can keep the production going where teams can't just focus on Will all game. And Drew is capable of 5-star, according to 247. He was a highly ranked 4-star by rivals in the ESPN. Shout out to Henry Toro as well. I knew he had brains, a smart player, but I didn't know he was laying his bite on the line like Reuben Foster. On the first interception, he not only laid out the receiver, it was a Bama guy strapped on the receiver back who got blasted as well. He got way more power than I expected. The new look cornerbacks held up on their end. The only deep balls was thrown versus the safeties, and we was in good position, but it's hard to make a play on the ball when the refs ain't calling the offensive pass interference. The Miami receivers had full arm extension, yet no calls. I want to see a healthy LeBron Ray. Shout out to Coach Nitty. He loves that kid as well. My boy Battle always ready to battle. And Branch and Moore are Minka part 2 and 3. Between Tim Smith and DJ Dale, I want to see who go step up and be the king of the middle. For Darian, the praying Mathis has a knack for making big plays. And the boy be a solid recruit. I'm hoping for max production from him. Christian Harris led the team last year in tackles. So I'm hoping everything even slower for him this year. Hit Stick Hellum should be healthy soon. And shout out to Kool-Aid who waiting his turn to become a true champ because he will definitely be shining soon. I'm loving the Crimson Cement defense, man. I love what they got. I love what they got going on out there, Kyle.
All right, so we got this offense. We got this defense who looks ferocious. We can't forget the special teams. Will Riker out here hit 3 field goals, including 1 from 51 yards out. He has 18 now in a row. The guy continues to hit field goals, extra points. Saban loves him. Everybody loves him. But the nation's still not giving him the notoriety that he deserves.
Hey, the nation don't got to say nothing. We know what we got at Bama, and I hope he can do. I hope they give him 3 more Corona years, because everybody know I love this guy. Shout out to my boy Will, 2 Real. We got 2 wheels starting this bus, and they both rolling. Think about it. I remember me and Coach Needed went to see Hoover versus Thompson and got a look at a young Will Riker, and I put it on my Snapchat. We had a winner coming to T-Town. That boy actually kicking real-life curveballs these days. And game 1, I know you saw it. Can't believe the motion of that ball in the air coming off his foot. Everyone who watched my vids will tell you I'm a huge Will 2 Real fan. Will Heisman. That's my guy. You a white low. Shout out to other Will Ferrell, man. That's my guy.
All right, before we wrap it up, Coach B, and remember, if you like this content, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. The super chats go to Coach P. So you want to support him, hook him up. All right, so hit the super chats and go into Coach P, aka the GOAT, John Doe. You know who he is. Follow all his videos. We'll put the videos inside the comment box. You just look for the Unofficial Assistant joining us right here on BamaInsider.com. Last thing I want to ask you about, all right? Bill O'Brien comes in. The best thing I love is after the game is Bryce is telling, he's like, yo, OB's calling these good plays and all this. And then I go and on the message boards on social media, people are like, oh, the plays are too vanilla. No, they just put up 44 points. They could have put up 70. Your take on Bill O'Brien and the offensive play calling?
I love the idea of having Bill O'Brien calling plays, just more NFL juice on the staff. It was a little too early to speak on the play. We able to keep it simple first game. And many plays could have been good calls with bad execution, or bad calls that went better than expected because of Miami's lack of execution. After the season start call last year, it's going to be hard not to have high standards. And I do like the idea of Bill and Crimson. I support him, backing him 100%. As we go into the SEC schedule, I have a better idea of the offense and the play calling. We called a fairly simple game versus Miami with some great execution. I think we'll be okay. Just too many weapons. The weapons of mass destruction are located in Titletown. Shout out to Coach Saban.
That's Coach P right here on Bama Insider, the GOAT. You know where to find him. Unofficial assistants, Coach P, better known as John the GOAT Doe, also known by many as Coach Oos, Honorary Uso. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, fam. We appreciate you more than you know. If you like the content, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. Super chats go to the coach. We will be back right here on BamaInsider.com. We appreciate you. Hey, fam. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the interview. It's always great stuff. I figured, I was so excited when Coach wanted to link up. So I was like, absolutely bringing him here. I think Wednesday night is a good night. So definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll probably rip the video and add it as a new video so you guys can check it out. Stay with us and post your score inside the comment box. Definitely like to get your game score for this weekend between Alabama and Mercer. My name is Kyle Henderson. I was joined by Trey Yanity. Trey Yanity was brought full-time on staff. So, you guys have really helped us grow as a business. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll be back with another video coming your way soon. Go check out that Saban video right now on our YouTube channel. Have a blessed rest of your week. You guys need anything, hit me up, BamaInsider.com. And you guys have a good night.